Today we'll discuss Python object-oriented programming system. Python can handle procedural programming like C, and it can handle the object-oriented programming system like Java and C++. In fact, Python concept, basic object-oriented programming system come from C++. There are certain advantages, certain problems where the objects are interacting like keyboard, mouse, and all this, like this kind of a board, the message passing between various systems. Then object-oriented programming system is designing it better, and where you can create a class and then you can extend that class. Class is basically a template, and you can create an object and you can create a base class, then from child class, and there's a polymorphism. We'll discuss into that. And like here, this is a template, and we can create, this is a constructor. In Python, it's called double under method, underscore underscore new underscore underscore, that's called double under method, and it will call then to initialize the attributes, it will be underscore underscore init underscore underscore, and where you can objects will be created. When the objects will be created, there is double under new and double under init, it will be created. And there is a quiz. Python object-oriented programming system concept. These objects are more rugged because they have already a proven code. That is the main idea. In procedural programming, more stress are given on the function part, not on object. The concept of object is not there. In object-oriented programming, initial build-up time may take higher amount of time because you have to create class, derive classes, and design the system. Then the subsequent development in object-oriented programming depends on the application, it will be better. Like here, the objects are passing messages, and we call them on the function, we call them the methods. And these are the attributes, and these are behaviors. Behavior is also method. Attributes are the attributes which can also be altered by methods. This is a comparison between procedural programming language and object-oriented programming languages. Programming is divided into function, and programming is divided into classes and objects. There the main stress is given object-oriented programming system and design. The emphasis on doing things, the emphasis on data. So because the Python has better support for storing data, like we have a list, tuple, dictionary, storing data is better. Class is nothing but a template. This is the attributes, and these are the function. These are methods, and these attributes also manipulated by getter and setter function by these methods. Object, like here we have a dog, and there are various classes of objects. Main idea is creating a class. Then we have the abstraction and encapsulation. Then we need, for everything we cannot create a class from ab initio, from basics. So we need the concept of inheritance. Like we have the certain things have bit parent class, and from there we can get a child class. So we do not have to, if we want to reuse the code of father here, we can reuse. An extra thing we can put it here. Just to explain the program, the class shape, we are creating a class shape here, and see the keyword is class and colon here. And this is the, just after, when the class is created, if we do not want to override underscore underscore new, then whenever we are initializing the parameters, that is called underscore underscore init or double under init, and we are giving it a name. And whenever we create I'm creating an object here like a shape, and we can print s, and it will come IIM, it is a format string, and it will come the shape. We run this, IIM a shape. This is a kind of a UML diagram. This is a shape, and this is a rectangle. We are here that polygon, triangle, all this is a color. This is a class polygon. This is, I'm creating a class, and base class is shape. Earlier the shape class, we just see it, the base class is nothing. That is, we create from the object class. If it is default is object. Object is the mother class in the Python. Same in the Java. So here, polygon comes from the shape class, so it is can be first daughter kind of thing, and we declare it. We declare self means we are declaring this object is self polygon, and because we don't have lengths here, nothing. And but I built my computer perimeter function here and return the self side lengths and get number of edges, and whenever I creating a polygon, and I am a polygon, it is coming from these messages. Because see here, I'm a polygon, it is not there, it is come from the shape class. We come here from the shape class. This is not automatically called. If I do not have this method inbuilt in child class, it will come to the parent class, and it will come to the I'm a polygon. Here I can have a grandchild. It's a rectangle out of polygon. Polygon comes from shape, and I give the side lengths like 4 ones, and now this perimeter, it will come automatically 4 because it is defined not here, it is defined in the polygon. We can see it here, polygon, and we can have the compute perimeters. Same class triangle out of polygon, if we give the edges, same like here, I am a triangle and the perimeter is come. Python, everything is an object, so I pass a list, and if I make a sort, the automatically it will be sorted. That's the main strength of the Python. See here I got a class point, and this is underscore and double under init, and we can get a distance. Like we have 6 and 8, it will be 6 squared plus 8 squared squared. Squared is represented by this. Remember, this is a class and the colon is and it's come from the object. We cannot make object, we can put object for better clarity, otherwise we can omit it. Print type 1, main point. There is another method in object-oriented programming, that is a static method. Static method not acts on objects. It is a method reserved to the class itself. So here we are creating an object, so it is automatically created. This object will be created and no self to be passed. So we can put it here. Static method is there. A static method that belongs to the class rather than instance of the class. Defined as a static method. This is a decorator function. I am creating a class point, and this is the variable argument, variable length of argument, that is this KW works. It is a dictionary based. I can pass the parameter. That is the main one of the strength of the parameter passing. If we have give a star argument, that I can pin any number, and whenever I have a star that I can pass a dictionary. So if I give a point, if I create a point, so it will give the from new. Here we see when the object is created, this is automatically new will be created. But if we want to put something in a new, then we have to overwrite. We have to overwrite this new method. I am writing from new class and the args and chaos, and then after new only the init will come, and you can see the print messages from new, from class 3.4 and the from init. Init to give this from init message here, and after the attribute setting will be done at the init. This is very interesting. It is implementing this object-oriented programming helps, so that if I want that my square point should contain only 4 points, nothing more, then we can force it into the programming itself. No programmer can build it out of program like P4. We can make it 0.5 because we have a 4 square point, 4 point. So here, see here it is coming, and then if we want to go for creating another point, say I uncomment this and giving another point P5, we see we get an error message. Say cannot create more objects, because let's go to the explaining the code, because I have already said this is a class variable. I can have only 4. Instance created right now 0. So every time when the object is created, I override the new method of the parent object. I give you my new method. I generated an increment by plus 1, and whenever it is greater than equal to 4, then whenever the P5 it will greater than equal to 4, and then it will come out, raise value. So that is the reason. That is the reason we got this error. This value. Let's have a quiz. When the double under new and double underscore init called during object creation. New static method, instance of creating a new instance of the subject, it will call first, and then it will call underscore underscore. So generally, double under new, we do not override. If we need to override, then we can override, and it will be when the object is created, the main responsibility of object creation is this, and double under init will set the attribute value. Let's check with the Jupyter Notebook. The advantage of the Jupyter Notebook is the same as a Google Colab, but it is it runs on your own machine, and Colab you need the internet connection, but here you do not. Anybody doesn't need internet connection. Here there's another example. I am forcing a pattern in object-oriented programming. You can put pattern. Like my earlier, we have only the 4 points can be done. Like it's a pattern. Here also I want to put such a singleton. Say a class will be there, only one singleton. Like a football team, only one goalkeeper is there. You cannot have two goalkeepers. Same kind of thing with the class singleton. If I run this, Control Enter, or I can run it from here in the Jupyter notebook, we can see it here. First is a none, and whenever the object is created first time, then it will give a message and it will create. When the next time it will come, so it will not diffuse, then it will say views. You can use the resources and it will come. See here, we first create an object A singleton and B another object, but basically they are the same objects, and it can be shown by print A is B, it comes true. And if we say print ID, because Python is you can get it whether object is the same or not, you can print ID. We can see print ID A and ID are the same. Inside new method, new will be called first, then the init method, and reusing. Whenever I creating B, first time it is not giving, the reusing, and inside init method and the object also. Thank you for being. If you like it, you subscribe my channel.